So we just agreed to where the heck have we been as our first interview question. Also, welcome to Between Two Oars. I know it doesn't make sense right now because we're not in a canoe. Yet?
Oh, should we go on a canal tour and do an interview on
Yes.
with strangers around it?
Yes, we should. 100% we should. So,
where have we been?
well, yesterday we started out at... Yesterday. We started out at RDU. Got to Reykjavik at local time 6 a.m.
And stayed for like 3.5 hours.
Yep. And then flew to Glasgow, which is where we're sitting in right now,
We're sitting in Glasgow.
actively.
Where are we going? Is that right?
Or I think Pits and Tits.
Pits and Tits.
About where the heck we've been.
Right. My tits
Mm-hmm.
are... Oh, I had it in my brain in the airplane. Oh, no. Yes, okay. My tits are very minimal turbulence
Oh,
for
yeah.
both flights.
Mhm.
So I was nervous about that because I get nauseous easily. My pits was not sleeping
Mm-hmm.
on either flight.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hitting some delusion.
My pits was getting gleated on by my passenger mate right next to me as she wanted to discuss where I'm going
Of course.
and where she is going and where she has been and why I should go there.
Oh, she should be in the interview.
Yeah, honestly, she kind of...
Where the heck is she then?
She preemptively prepared me for this. My tits is that I got to have a little bit of sleep, which is not my normal MO. And so I'm like slightly less on the delusional scale at the moment. So I'm feeling...
It's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna get wild.
I changed my mind. My tits is boarding the first plane as Maddie checks out. As the haze starts to fall and the bloodshot eyes come out. It's like, well, I'm supposed to be in the plane by now. We left a little late.
It was
Pretty
Advil
sad.
PM.
All of a sudden she was just like out, gone. What else? Where are we going?
Where are we going? So we are heading to Amsterdam
Amsterdam.
tomorrow. What are you looking forward to? Oh, God. Oh,
Oh,
that's cute. Did you know that had that?
No. I've been buying this for years.
That thing's cute as hell.
I didn't even need this one. God, that's really hard. That's really hard because it's the only place we're going that I've been to before. First instinct was canal tour, but then immediately after, I just without a shadow of a doubt is the Anne Frank house.
Oh, yeah.
Because that shit changed me.
Should we get preemptive tickets?
I don't know if you can. I mean, I'm sure things have changed. I stood in line at the Ass Crack of Dawn because you couldn't make reservations,
Oh.
but that could have changed.
I'm hoping it's the same.
We are more prepared than I was.
Excellent.
What are you most excited for instance?
I feel like I'm excited for a lot. Hearing your stories, I'm really stoked. There's a ton of really cool museums. There's also the canals that I'm very intrigued by.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued by the reviews from the place that we're staying that
Yeah.
potentially had like a boat, and if
That'd be
that's
very
still an
cool.
option.
Yeah, we should definitely like chat with the owners.
Oh, for sure. Have a big old conversation. I think I'm really intrigued by the red light district.
Yeah.
I just want to see what it's like.
I don't know if I've told you anything about it. I feel like I intentionally haven't so that you can just like experience it.
You didn't tell me a whole bunch.
I'd love to see like a peep show.
Yeah?
If possible. That'd be
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Dan, before we left, was like, are you going to do drugs? And I was like,
If the mood fits me.
I don't know.
It's not the saying.
TBD.
Yeah.
TBD.
That shit's strong. I did that.
You did?
And then I did more. Yeah, it was too much. That's when I smoked pretty regularly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't do that.
And I don't anymore.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess we'll figure it out.
we could have like a nibble and see where the day takes us.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it.
We're here.
We did it.
We're awake.
I feel like this is a year plus in the making.
Yeah, I mean, the video especially.
Oh. Especially the video. So, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
We'll see how it
And
goes.
see how it derails.
I'm keeping pretty positive that we're going to keep up with it.
It's a win-win. I don't think we can live. If we keep up with it, it's going to be beautiful and cohesive. And if we don't, it's going to be hilarious and on brand.
How do you close these out?
I mean,
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Welcome back.
we're keeping up with it. Keeping up with
Between
Two
Two
Oars. Less drama, less cohesion.
Broken glass everywhere. First up, where have we been?
Where have we been?
Or where the heck are we?
We already forgot. Which one is it?
I think it's where the heck have we been, and then pits and tits about what we've done.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, where the heck have we been?
Glasgow, Scotland.
24 hours. Pits and tits.
Pits and tits. I had so long to think about this.
I know.
And I did it.
Glasgow pits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My Glasgow pits,
Oh, I went to...
which isn't
Go ahead.
even really like a pit, I feel like. It was just being goofs,
Oh, God.
was our dinner experience.
That's...
Yeah, which
But in a
really
different way.
wasn't that like bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was-
We just didn't do what we wanted to do.
Which was fine.
And a little bit out of our hands.
Partly out of our hands, partly not. But
Partly user error.
we decided on a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Super stoked on it. Walked in.
Kitchen's
and,
closed.
which was false advertising.
On the street, the sign said kitchen open. Not even just like the whole place is open. It specifically said kitchen open.
So disappointing because it was like these hand pies, and it was a special where you get a hand pie
And a pint.
and a pint or a dram,
Yeah.
which was like, that was really enticing.
We wanted a Scottish experience. We did not get it.
No.
She directed us to another pub that had a very like Great Gatsby feel to me. But then there's a TV in the corner and a pool table in the other one.
Yeah, so it's like
So-
TGI Fridays meets Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
But it was like the neighborhood pub, and so
Yeah.
people were there, and
It was good vibes.
all of them had Glaswegian accents. We felt like we were in an okay spot. We sat down at the bar immediately. Our
Then
chef quit.
we have a very limited menu.
Half the menu's
None
out.
of our specials, which means like none of the authentic Scottish stuff.
Yeah, none of the classics off the menu. We had loaded nachos as one of our dishes. I thought the toast with mushrooms,
That was so good.
it was good. It was really good.
That was so good.
And then we had haggis
Yeah.
samosas, which was a move.
Interesting.
It was good.
It was mushier than I thought. But
I
it was
feel
good.
I feel like,
Is it supposed to be like
I
that?
don't know. The haggis I had last time was also kind of like a little bit
Oh, okay.
mushier
It
texture.
did catch me by surprise. I was like, well, this is the experience. I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
And it was good.
I would not say I'm a connoisseur, but it's okay.
Nice.
That's my pits. My tits was probably the comedy show.
That was really good.
That was really good. It was hilarious. We went to the stand, and it was amateur night, and so it was like we saw
funny.
7 performers, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
We saw-
Yeah, I feel like it was 4 per set. Yeah, it was 4 per set.
Yeah.
And then also the host did a little bit at the beginning of each set.
There was a handful of very funny bits. I was very impressed, and the venue was always really super cool.
Yeah,
and
it's super colorful. It's kind of like, it looks like it's like designed to be a preschool or something. It has like primary colors everywhere, which I just thought was so fun. I felt like I was on like the big comfy couch.
Yeah, like
but
Toy
adult
Story.
version, like After Hours.
Toy Story After Hours.
Yeah, that's what they should have named it.
Oh, really though.
Oh god, yeah.
I think
good.
that's my pits and tits. What are yours?
My pit, obviously now that I'm reminded of it, was while sitting and minding my own business at the comedy show. It wasn't funny at the time, but
What was it?
we're in the front row, so I'm already trying to not have any big reactions, so like we don't rattle the person or have them make fun of us. So I've already held in a sneeze, right? And then the drunk ass guy behind me does a spit take. What happened was like it was a genuine spit take where he like took a sip of his beer and then the comedian said a punchline and he fucking literally spit it out onto me.
A big spit.
It was huge. It was like a shower.
Ew.
It got all over the... It got all over the back of my arm.
I'm so sorry.
And in my hair. But most of it went on the floor. Right beside my bag. So it was like a... There was like a puddle on the floor, like right beside my foot. So I scooted over towards Maddie, but I didn't tell her why. Oh man, and I was trying not to react. So like I just like flinched, and I didn't even look back at him. And they didn't say anything. And then at the break, I told Maddie about it, and she looks back and she's like, "Oh, he's plastered." And I was like, "Well, that explains a lot." As he breaks a glass,
Shatters.
as he drops an entire pint glass, and gets into a fight with his girlfriend about it,
or whoever was with.
Yeah, so
whoever that person
that
was,
woman was.
But they were like very much
oh my god,
in each other's faces, leaning back and forth. And then it's like one of those moments where you have to decide, do you say something?
Yeah.
Would it be even received? Like,
Yeah.
is he so intoxicated that there was just like no perception? And
Yeah.
then the gentleman got up and started walking away, and he had such a serious limp.
He's walking away, and I was like, "Is that why he's limping? Why is he limping?"
I don't know.
Because I thought he was that drunk.
I think we made the right decision not saying anything.
I do too. Once I decided in the moment not to say anything because the comedian's still going on their set, so like I flinched and I'm like, that did not just happen. I can't believe this. And I waited. I waited a solid 5 minutes before I very discreetly like wiped my arm so that he didn't see me wiping it off, as if I was going to offend him by wiping his spit off of my arm. Oh my god. So that was my pit. And then my tit. I mean, the comedy show was sick. Mm-hmm. But I think my tit was the botanical gardens.
Ooh, yeah.
Those were very cool. We didn't get to spend like a whole bunch of time there because we had to make a flight. It was just really beautiful. And it's like in a, city, but it really like transports you. And there are all these glass houses for the plants.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like that. There was like a little carnivorous plant room, and by the fly trap there was a sign that said that the only place, as we know, that Venus flytraps grow natively or in the wild is in North and South Carolina. Now, I don't know if they grow in South Carolina. I was under the impression it was only in Wilmington, but I could be wrong. And it noted Wilmington. It had a picture of the carnivorous plant garden in Wilmington, which was one of Jay's and my first dates.
Which is very sweet.
Very cute.
And across the pond little memory. What's next?
Um,
Where the heck are we now?
Oh, where are we now? We're in Amsterdam.
Right now.
Bitch.
Cute picture of Michael Scott. We are in Amsterdam, and it was dramatic. Maybe let's synopsis. I feel like it started off at the airport.
Oh, God.
Are we confused when the gate opens?
Well, first I got in trouble because I didn't put all my liquids in a clear plastic bag. Nobody's done that in so long. I thought they just did away with it. I just thought they didn't do it anymore. Like, some places take off your shoes and some places... Well, that's a bad example because of what I just said. Some places do it still. Anyway...
Oops.
I thought nobody did it anymore. Well, they do in Scotland.
They do.
So my bag got pulled and he went through all that stuff and he was like, this needs to be in a bag and this needs to be in a bag and this needs to be in a bag.
I know, shaking bottles, making eye contact.
This, lotion, bag. This, mouthwash, bag. Toothpaste, bag. And he was like overflowing this bag that wouldn't close. And he was like, now I need to go test these. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you ding dong.
Thanks. Sorry. And then Maddie sees on her phone, I think, on your boarding pass, that gate closes at 3:10.
Yes.
Well, it was currently like 2:50 or something, and we didn't know where the gate was yet.
Yeah. So I'm profusely sweating already. Very scary for a hot second. But when we get there, I talked to a very nice janitor, and he advises that it's probably delayed. But keep an eye on the screen so you don't hate me later.
But it's just delayed. It was not delayed.
It wasn't delayed. Ends out, that's when the gate opens.
Yeah.
Like,
did we say what was on the screen?
Announced.
Gate announced at 3:07. And we were like, well, the gate closes at 3:10. What the fuck?
How the hell are we supposed to get there in 3 minutes?
Help desk lady shows up. Turns out 3:10 on the boarding pass is the time the gate opens.
Yeah.
Which
why would it
is
say
exactly the opposite. So how are we supposed to know that?
It's very confusing. EasyJet, we have some recommendations. And also, big bummer, they don't stamp your passports in Scotland.
In Scotland, yeah. I asked the help desk lady to do that, and she said no, because you're from the US, so it's electronic.
Silly.
All the UK is like that, apparently, for US passports.
Wait, I thought we got stamped for Amsterdam. Oh, all the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
That's fine. I'll just draw one. Is that illegal? Probably.
I don't know.
I'll wait till it expires, and then I'll just carve out a little corner and draw one on there.
Yeah, or hand carve your own little stamp and just press it. Well, we make it to the plane. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then I was nauseous on the flight, so I had to ask the guy for water, and he was super sweet. He brought me cup of ice, a bottle of water, and a can of Coke. The flight leader guy. The master flight attendant.
Whoever
what would you call that?
Was on
shift leader, flight attendant.
The EasyJet flight EJU 7836, October 2nd. You're an angel.
He gave me a Coke. He's like, Coke for the sugar. Like, pointed to his face. So I guess I was looking pale. Older than usual.
And so this leg of the booking was my responsibility.
Oh.
So I chose where we stayed and I booked it. And it's through a very, like a local site. Like it's a European specific site. I checked out the validity, but it was still like something I've never used. It was also like not a like very popular site. It could have been sketchy, but with the communication that we had with the homeowner was always so nice, informative, detailed. I just didn't have that like innate sketchy feeling. And so I felt pretty comfortable with it. But there was like that small voice in the back of my head that like, you fucked up.
Anxiety, I call her. They also, you pay cash upon arrival, which is a good sign because that would be the worst scam ever.
Totally. Sent very detailed instructions how to get here. It was a little intimidating. The Amsterdam airport, very large.
Oh, and then the guy yelled in like the most echoey part of the airport. This guy just lets out a
And I mean, like, upset.
And immediately 3 policemen are approaching him.
4. And it's like police with the machine gun type of police. Very intimidating. Get on the train. The train is nice. Train is Wi-Fi. Everything smells like pot, which isn't a bad smell.
Immediately you walk in the train, it's like,
I made it.
Amsterdam.
After the train, it was the bus. It's initially intimidating because everything's so large, there's so much going on, everything is in Dutch, but still easy to navigate.
Especially since you don't know who's going to accept credit card payment on the bus or not. Yeah. I know it stressed you out when I went looking for a bus pass thingy 3 minutes before it arrived.
Because I literally was like...
And I even like went back into in Central Station to find a ticket kiosk.
No.
And then I look up and the bus is coming. Doesn't matter now. Because that was our bus. The next one wasn't for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I like jogged up the stairs. And they did take card on the bus. It was good.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Super quick. And it was like 4 or 5 stops away.
And then
we get there. We immediately walk around the corner of the building that we thought was it.
Well, it was where the directions told us to go.
Fair. And we get around and it's like a locked door. It's around a hedge.
Yeah, near the dumpsters.
And we are like, oh, I guess we need to like contact the property owner.
They gotta let us in.
Yeah,
it's after hours.
Exactly, which is also a fair thought.
Yeah.
Like, after hours, things are gonna be locked, right?
We were there for like, how long were we? Like 15, 20 minutes we were there.
20 minutes total we were sitting there.
We sat down.
On the curb.
We sat down on the curb. Because we were
in front of the dumpsters.
We just gotta wait. This must be the only entrance near the dumpsters.
Feverishly messaging
I know.
our poor property owner. And I'm sitting there like, that little voice was right. I fucked up.
It did cross my mind. I wasn't stressed at all, but I was just like, whatever, we'll make it in. And I was like, well, what if we don't?
I know.
What if they're just like, gotcha, you really thought this was a place? Then what do we do?
I know. And I was like trying to think of those options too as I'm like still trying to message them. Ends out the cell phone plan that I bought does not have messaging, like text messaging or calling, which is like, what the hell is the point? And then we're like, okay, let's just go around the corner to this restaurant, have a glass of wine, get on Wi-Fi and see if I can call them through Wi-Fi somehow. And we go around the corner and I'm noticing the doors are numbered individually along the side of the building. We're looking for one.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I thought the whole building was one.
I thought so too, but it's not.
Gotcha.
And then there it was. And it was the nicest elderly gentleman. There's little handwritten notes waiting for us everywhere. Oh, I have one. Hold on.
The one I'm seeing right now says, pure drinking water, one word. No chlorine and flour. Filtrated in the North Sea dunes. Mm-hmm. And then there's 3 hand-drawn birds.
And this is what was waiting for us at the base of the stairs.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what they thought my name was.
It's crossed out in 2 colors.
And he walked us all the way up. Showed us the terrace that you have to step through a window to get to. And it's adorable. But it's just funny. We asked for a recommendation for a restaurant. And he said, well, everything's closed right now. And then he goes, are you hungry? How hungry are you? And we were like, oh, we're kind of hungry. He says, do you want some bread? I have bread.
Which is the sweetest thing.
No, that's okay. We want to take your bread.
So nice.
And then he leaves and he pops his head back in literally 3 times to tell us stuff. When the entire time it seems like he didn't super want to be there, Mm-hmm. But he was just really precious.
He was, honestly, such a warm welcome when I thought that this was a scam. We'll have to do like a room tour later.
Yeah.
fun. And then we made it to the market,
Mm-hmm.
and we got some snacks and wine, and we're heading back. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is so great. It's
We're doing
so
it.
close. And we get back. There's no bags. And then I'm putting everything kind of down so that I can get the keys.
It was the last thing in your arms, too.
This bottle of wine that I was super excited to drink, and it just slips out of my little armpit and just crashes onto the ground. And I was like, oh. What a way to close the day. So I'm there hand picking up all the little glass pieces off the pavement because it was right in front of the door. And I would rather eat my own sock than have this lovely older gentleman step on glass that I broke.
We got the same wine, so we just shared mine.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a funny story, just like the spit take in a couple days. You know?
Yeah.
The night of the spit take was not funny.
It was not funny. Oh, what are we most excited for? Oh. So,
another heartbreak.
Breaking news. We will not be going to the Anne Frank house.
And so, you do have to buy them in advance, and you have to buy them a month in advance. Should we get preemptive tickets?
I don't know if you can. I mean, I'm sure things have changed. I stood in line at the Ass Crack of Dawn because you couldn't make reservations.
Oh.
But that could have changed.
I'm hoping it's the same.
We are more prepared than I was.
Excellent.
I swear to God, when I was here, only 9 years ago, you couldn't buy them in advance online. You had to buy them at the door. So I waited in line at like 7 a.m. to make sure that I got a ticket because it's a very small space, obviously. It's also a very like solemn space, so they don't want it to be crowded, and it sells out really easily. So I waited in line for like an hour and a half in the freezing cold in the morning time to get a ticket, and that's the only way you could do it. Well, they don't do it like that anymore.
They don't. You,
in fact, cannot buy tickets at the door, and they do not want you to wait in line. You must buy them online. And then it informed me in red letters that nothing is available until November 4th. So we're pretty bummed about that.
I mean, it's sad, but it's not
sad.
the end of the world.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
So with that being said, now what are you looking forward to?
I'm still looking forward to so many things.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to the Sex Museum. I think that's going to be hilarious.
That's going to be awesome.
I'm still looking forward to a canal tour, either through one of the services.
Sehen Sie die Hausnummern 140 bis 142. Dort befindet sich.
Hopefully, stairs. Because we read a review that because what's offered in the booking is a museum ticket, two museum passes, and 2 bikes to borrow, and breakfast. But then the review said that they also took them on a canal tour. Yeah. Just because. They didn't use the museum tickets, so they're like... Oh. So we're like, well, will they take us to the Sex Museum? And if not, will they take us on a canal tour? So that's what we're hoping for. What was his name? I thought it was Aline. Oh, yeah. Because it says Mr.
We can't
Aline.
figure out.
I don't know.
We can't figure out who Helene is. She's been talking to Helene, which she thought was a woman. But then
it said Mr. online, though.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it said Mr.
I always
Aline.
thought it was a woman. But when we got here, she paid him. While he puts the money down, he says, well, that's for Helene. And I really would love if he was talking about himself. But then he takes us up to our room. He was like, Helene's room is the first on the left. if the door is open, she can get you anything you need. Just ask her. So now we don't know if he has like an alter ego, multiple personalities, imaginary friend.
I don't know. Cause, like,
Or she's just not here. There's also nobody else here. We haven't seen anybody else.
And that's what I asked him. Is there like anybody below us? We don't want to be like loud. And he's like, nope, just you guys.
So we don't know. We're gonna investigate a little bit.
Maybe I'm looking forward to resolving that mystery.
That's true. I'm looking forward to actually taking a little day trip to a nearby town called Harlem. I think it'd be cool. Just be a little different.
I think so too. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of thrift shops out there.
Lots of stuff.
I know.
We also want to go, obviously, to the red light district. Peep show would be cool. We've got to go to a coffee shop.
I know. Smoking something and then going to the sex museum.
So red light district tomorrow night. So we're thinking sex museum as like a pregame for the red light district. What if a coffee shop is a pregame for the sex museum? That'd be dope.
That would be dope.
We have 2 full days.
Yeah. We had a lot done in 24 hours.
Yeah, I know. Imagine after this trip how long that video is going to be. I know. Till next time.
We're not timing it.